My artist name is Gary Barve for USA President. And it's a beautiful, very cloudy, as you can see in this. I would say it's a fantastic view here from my new place in the great state of Alabama. And it is a wonderful, beautiful, cloudy, but a very nice afternoon here on June 20th. 2026, and it's about 3:30 in the afternoon, and I'm in the process of recording my second music album that will be released in about 4 weeks from today. And I wanted to talk a little bit about it, and I also wanted to talk about the first music album that will be released in probably about 7 days from today. And this music album was recorded in the great state of Tennessee just about a few days back on June 14th, 2026. And it was a music album that was recorded in one take. The entire music album, 7 cover songs, were recorded in one music session from about 5 p.m. Central Standard Time to about 11 p.m. Central Standard Time on June 14th, 2026, which I think was a Sunday. And every song of those 7 cover songs, every song has been recorded in one take, meaning start to finish, every song was recorded continuously in one continuous take. And I did a little bit of research on this, and I found out that there are very few music artists, music bands, incredible music artists, incredible music bands that have recorded the entire music album in one recording session. The Beatles did that, the incredible Beatles did that in, I think it was in the 1960s, and per my research, and I think, however, this particular album that's going to release in about 7 days from today, I'm going to not reveal the name of the album at this time. I think I have a pretty good idea about what the name of the album is going to be, but it's good to keep a little bit of suspense, right? A little bit of mystery can sometimes get people a little bit more interested in the album than without the mystery, right? And so I know the name of the album at this time, but I'm not going to reveal it at this time. But but I think it's a beautiful music album. But I think it's sort of a world record, probably. I don't know definitively, but not only because I recorded the entire music album in one recording session, one continuous recording session, after which I recorded the Monologue, the fascinating feature, and released it worldwide. I was probably at the recording studio till like 1 in the morning, 8 hours straight music session. And I think it's an album that will be appreciated hopefully by a lot of people across the world, and most definitely across the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. And but the reason I say it's probably a world record is because not only did I record the entire music album in one take, but I also, and with each song being recorded in one take as well, but I'm also doing the mixing for that particular music album. I'm also doing the mastering for that particular music album. I learned the very basics of mixing and mastering in the previous weeks, and I'm also going to be doing the sound engineering. I'm going to be doing the sound engineering for it as well, and I've learned the very basics of the DAW called the GarageBand, and I recorded this music album on a very basic microphone that I have, and I've obviously now, as many of you hopefully know, upgraded to a even better microphone now. It's a better microphone now. It's the Warm Audio 87JR, I think it's called, and it's really nice. I'll show it right now. This is the microphone, and I was thinking maybe I can hold the microphone and talk, but I decided not to do that, but because I think this microphone, at least for now, I want to record just the music on it, and the entire music album, the second music album that I'm recording right now, which will be released in about 4 weeks from today, will be recorded on this microphone. And I wanted to talk about the fact that this first music album that I recorded, it could be a world record, right? From the perspective of recording the entire music album in one take, me doing the sound engineering, mastering, mixing, and also each song being recorded in one continuous take with no modification from the perspective of the song from start to finish, other than the basic reverb addition and things like that. And so I wanted to share that with you. The other thing I really wanted to share with you, the reason I'm recording this fascinating feature right now, and I think this is the first time I'm recording the fascinating feature on video. And the reason I'm doing this is because I feel that this second music album that I just started recording, I've started recording it probably about 12 hours back, or maybe about 15 hours back, 16 hours back, at about midnight, or maybe like 11 p.m. The genre of these songs that I'm singing in this second music album, which will have 10 songs, all of them cover songs, the genre for this particular second album is a little bit of a departure from the genre that I am accustomed to from the perspective of the songs that I've sung previously. And so as hopefully, I've got about 50 million listens or listeners, 50,000,000 listeners or listens across about 18,000 radio station airplays for 3 of my songs that I've talked about previously as well. Can't Tell Falling in Love from the one and only king of music and the American music legend, Elvis Presley. And I'll be talking a little bit about Elvis Presley at the completion time of this video. That song, my cover song Lonely, from the incredible music sensation Justin Bieber. I said this in a recent interview with my friend Rory Paquette from I think it was the Right Path podcast. Incredible guy, Rory as well. And I said to him, sort of tongue-in-cheek, I said this, Elvis Presley is eternal and Justin Bieber is almost eternal, I said. And, I've been listening to, obviously, Elvis Presley, my all-time favorite, but Justin Bieber's songs I've been listening to for a long time as well, for about 20 years. And he's a big Christian as well, Justin Bieber, and that's why I sort of tongue-in-cheek said what I said. But that's the second song, Lonely, that I covered, and that was played on radio stations. And then the third one is my first original song, Love Heartbeat, which is a song that was also played on radio. Cumulative, these 3 songs have had about 18,000 radio station airplays and 50,000,000 listeners or listens in the last approximately 15-16 weeks. And I want to thank my friend DJ Rampage, also known by his name Roger McNair, for being my official Hollywood music, entertainment and showbiz manager. I really appreciate you, my friend Roger McNair. And but the point I was trying to make was that this second album, the genre of music is different than the genre of music of the songs that I mentioned, or the 20, 15, whatever it is, cover songs and original songs, the 3 original songs that I've released worldwide. That genre is different than the genre of this particular second album that will be released in 4 weeks from today. And while I was thinking about which songs to sing in this second music album, the one that will be released, not the one that will be released 7 days from today, which was recorded in Tennessee about a few days back on June 14th, 2026. I'm talking about the second album that I'm in the process of recording right now, that will be released about 4 weeks from today. I said to myself, here's what I did. I was at a motel room in Alabama, and I said, I just want to listen to some incredible music from some of the best music artists that I have been listening to for the past approximately 10, 15, in some cases 20, 25 years. And I'm going to pick some of my favorite songs to cover on this second music album. And I spent, I think, about 4 hours, or probably even more than that, non-stop, just listening to songs, listening to some incredible music from some of the best music artists all time, right from the 1950s, 1960s to, literally yesterday's songs that were released like yesterday, right? Like very recently. And I picked what I felt should be 10 songs, but I said, let's take a musical risk. Let's sort of depart a little bit, at least, from the genre of music that I have been singing for the previous approximately 7-8 months in recording studios. And so the first song that I sang for this second music album that will release about approximately 4 weeks from today is the incredible song. It's a rock song. It's a out and out complete rock song. I wouldn't say it's an extremely hard rock song, but it's still a rock song from Youngblood. He's a fantastic, relatively speaking, new music artist whose song is just fantastic. Zombie. Have you heard that song? It's named Zombie. And It's a fantastic rock song, and I said I have to cover this. And I'll share a little bit of detail. While I was recording this song at about midnight, about 15 hours back, it's about, like I said, about 3:30, 3:40 in the afternoon on June 20th today. And this song, while I was recording it, I found it a little bit tough to reach the high pitch that Youngblood reaches during his original song. And I sort of said to myself, all right, well, that is interesting. I usually do not find it too difficult to reach a high pitch from a song perspective. And I said, all right, well, let me try singing Can't Help Falling in Love and see if I can reach the high pitch that I have reached many times in the past, to see if it is an issue that is with regards to me singing the incredible music sensation Youngblood's new song Zombie, or whether it's just, I'm just a little bit tired or I've got a sore throat. What is it? And I sang Can't Help Falling in Love, and it came off beautifully. It came off fantastically, right? And I said, all right, so it's not because I'm not able to reach that high pitch right now, it is something else. And I started to think about it, and I said, there are a few reasons for it, I thought. Number one, it's a genre of music that I'm not accustomed to. And maybe I thought it's because of that. Second, Can't Help Falling in Love and some of the incredible other artists that I've covered, had the great honor of covering their music, like Ed Sheeran, Justin Bieber, Enrique Iglesias, Coldplay, Selena Gomez, and so many incredible music artists that I've covered. Their songs I've been listening to for like 20 years. And so the music and the imprint that that song and that music has had on me is so internal to me that I find it easy, relatively speaking, easy to replicate that vocal range. Or obviously I changed the musical arrangement a little bit for these songs, but I find it easier, I think, because of that fact that I have heard these songs for about 20-25 years. Bryan Adams and some of these incredible music artists. Youngblood, who is an incredible, fantastic rock musician, his songs I've heard probably for about 3, 4, 5 weeks. And so I think that's why I had a little bit of a tough time reaching that high pitch, high vocal range. But I think I did a pretty good job with it. I think it's come out really, really well. And I have already mastered that song, mastered in the sense from the perspective of mixing and mastering a song. And I'm going to be sending it, or I think, in fact, I already did send it to my friend Steve, from the great state of Tennessee, Steve is a good friend of mine, and he's a believer in Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior as well. He wears the cross, and he actually collaborated with Snoop Dogg, the incredible Snoop Dogg, very recently, and I think their collaborated song is coming out sometime in the next few days as well. But I have requested Steve to play incredible electric guitar and acoustic guitar for my song, my cover song, Zombie, originally from the incredible music superstar, rock music superstar, Youngblood. And so that's one thing that I wanted to share with you with regards to me covering Youngblood's song, Zombie. It's a fantastic song, by the way, fantastic song. And the second song that I covered is NSYNC. And I'm sure a lot of people I'm 41 years old, right? So a lot of people who are 41 years old grew up listening to NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and Westlife and Boyzone and Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera and Avril Lavigne and so many incredible music artists. And NSYNC was a band that I grew up listening to. And obviously Justin Timberlake, whose bar I visited a few times in Nashville, Tennessee as well. Justin Timberlake is a fantastic music artist, and I covered their song, It's Gonna Be Me. And it's a fantastic song, and I think my favorite NSYNC song is probably It's Gonna Be Me. After that, it's gonna be Bye Bye Bye. That song is a fantastic song that NSYNC has, NSYNC came out with, I think it was in the early 2000s, maybe in the late 1990s. And so that's the second song I covered. Again, that song is not exactly a song that I'm usually accustomed to singing. I'm usually accustomed to singing songs like Ed Sheeran's Perfect, Enrique Iglesias' Hero, Can't Help Falling in Love from the one and only king of music and the American music legend Elvis Presley, and Coldplay Fix You, and Eric Clapton Wonderful Tonight. These are some of the songs that I've released worldwide. And if you I'm sure most of you have heard these songs before. The genre of that song is different. The tune, the melody, it's a romantic song, it's a ballad, it's a love song, and in the case of Can't Help Falling in Love, it's obviously a Christian song as well, which I've talked about previously. But the point being that even It's Gonna Be Me, that song from NSYNC, is a little bit of a departure from me from the genre perspective that I am usually accustomed to. The third song I covered is Metallica, and Metallica obviously is an American rock metal music band legend, right? They are a legend, and Hetfield is obviously the lead singer, and it's a very interesting story with regards to this particular song. So when I started releasing music for the first time, right, which was I think in early 2025, the first song that I covered on the Smule app, Smule, fantastic app, Smule app, which is available on Android, iPhone, and just on the App Store. And I remember this, I downloaded that app. It's a karaoke singing app which also allows the singer to record the video while singing that song. And you can then share that song on social media. And I started doing that, I think it was in early 2025. The first song that I covered was the incredible song Nothing Else Matters from the incredible legendary band Metallica. And so I covered that song, again a departure from the genre of music that I'm usually accustomed to. This is a metal song. Obviously now when you look at a lot of Metallica songs, right, like I've heard a lot of Metallica songs growing up, like for example Unforgiven 1, Unforgiven 2, and Enter the Sandman, and Fade to Black is another song, and so many incredible songs. If you look at a lot of Metallica songs, they are usually a lot more metal, so to speak, metal songs, hard metal songs. When you compare it to Nothing Else Matters, which is also an incredible rock metal song from Metallica, but it's less metal, so to speak, than some of the other incredible Metallica songs, right? And so, but it's still a little bit on the rock metal side relative to say a Hero from Enrique Iglesias, or a Perfect from Ed Sheeran, or a Can't Help Falling in Love from Elvis Presley, or a Fix You from Coldplay, or a Wonderful Tonight from the incredible Eric Clapton. And so the point I'm trying to make is I have decided to take a little bit of risk with my second music album and sort of increase the horizon or the range or the perspective of the music genre that I am accustomed to singing, and hopefully you will enjoy listening to this second music album as well. The third song that I covered, obviously like I said, is Metallica, Nothing Else Matters. The fourth song now is partially a rap song. And I think a lot of people listening in are probably chuckling a little bit right now, because obviously, see, I have an accent, right? And it makes it a little bit tough for me to sing, especially two genre of music. One is rap music, the other is country music. Now in rap music, obviously rap music is quick, right? It's the words come out of the mouth quick, rapid fire, right? And they have to rhyme, and it has to sound really, really good. You have to be a really good rap singer so that the rap song sounds really, really good. And I said to myself, I do not have that ability at all to quickly say the words that need to be said in a rap song. But I said, I'm going to give it a try. And I said, all right, I cannot really sing a song that is completely start to finish a rap song, right? But I said, all right, let's try a Justin Bieber song, right? And Justin Bieber, obviously, one of the all-time best. And I've been listening to Justin Bieber's music for like, I don't know, about, 20 years at least, I would say. And, you know, one of the things I still remember about Justin Bieber, which I find to be inspirational, is, and a lot of these music artists that I've covered, right, a lot of the incredible music artists that I've covered, is their attitude that differentiated themselves from a lot of their competitors. And a lot of people try and sidestep that fact, and I'm not willing to do that. Credit where it's due. I remember a video, and this applies to every music artist whose songs I've covered. They have this attitude, Ed Sheeran as well, they have this attitude where they're just not going to give up. Like, I'll give you an example. Justin Bieber, there's a video out there, you can take a look at it. He was sitting on the steps, like the staircase. I don't know how old he was, probably about 7, 8, 9, whatever it is, years old. And he had this like a guitar casing, or like a guitar holder. I don't know what it's called. I don't play the guitar, unfortunately, but fantastic music instrument guitar as well. Piano, I feel, is just beautiful as well. But the point I'm trying to make is he put that, like a guitar container or whatever it's called, and he sang on that staircase, and people were obviously, appreciative of his music. Maybe some people were not. And some people gave him like $1, some people gave him like whatever, 50 cents, whatever it is, right? I'm just saying, the point is that when a lot of his friends and colleagues, and I mean no disrespect to anyone, right? I'm just trying to encourage the people by saying that while a lot of his, Justin Bieber's friends and colleagues probably were out partying or out probably, just what's the phrase, like shooting the breeze or whatever, right? Like they were just chilling, or which is fine, at 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, that is perfectly fine. At any age, that is fine. But the point I'm trying to make is Justin Bieber maybe did that also, but he also did this. He sat on the staircase with no reward expected, with people maybe giving him half a dollar, 1 cent, $1, whatever it is, and sang for hours and hours and hours. And what happens, guys and girls, is, and I speak from experience, I am a presidential candidate with 50 media interviews. Like I said, 50 million listeners or listens in the last approximately 15 to 16 weeks to my 3 cover songs, and the two cover songs and 1 song that I've sung, with 18,000 radio station airplays, to become, in my opinion, the hottest music artist that is unsigned in the world right now. And that's my opinion, and I think it's an opinion that's shared by a lot of people. And I'm also a published author of my book, One Nation Under God. I'm also an entrepreneur with my luxury suite perfume for women and strength cologne for men coming out in the year 2026. It's called Gary Barve, with the United States of America, red, white, and blue on it. I love the United States of America. I'm ready to take a bullet for our country. And I'm also going to be in a Hollywood movie in 2026. I've written the crux of the script for that movie, God. And I'm a stand-up comedian now as well. And so the point is, I'm speaking from experience. I know this to be a fact. What happens is, when the music industry or any industry that you're in sees a Justin Bieber at age 7, 8, 9, 10 sitting on the staircase and singing non-stop for maybe a few hours with zero reward expected, the industry says, if this guy consistently, this guy, girl, I'm giving an example, right? If this guy, this girl, whoever that music artist is, or whoever that actor is, or whoever it is in whatever industry, if that level of effort, determination, consistency, and a never give up attitude is demonstrated over a long period of time, or in some cases a relatively short period of time, it depends from person to person. The point is, the industry identifies these people, and the industry says, we need the next Elvis Presley, we want the next Elvis Presley, we need the next Eric Clapton, Ed Sheeran, Enrique Iglesias, Justin Bieber, Metallica. We need these new bands and artists for creative talent, obviously, but also for bottom line. And we need bands and artists that will have the talent but also have the consistency to succeed over a long duration, and then be able to make the decision from that industry investment perspective to invest millions and millions and billions of dollars into these artists. That has been done. Justin Bieber gets about 100 million listeners on a weekly basis, and Elvis Presley is the epitome of that particular level of success. And we'll talk more about Elvis Presley. I'm going to save the best for last in this particular monologue. But the point I'm trying to say on an encouraging perspective is that when you look at someone like a Justin Bieber, Ed Sheeran, Enrique Iglesias, Elvis Presley, Metallica, Selena Gomez, all these incredible music artists, obviously admire their music, appreciate their music, but also appreciate what it took for them to reach where they are right now, instead of giving excuses and saying, they have reached that particular place in life and the other person has not. Okay, in some cases, very few cases, maybe there is some rationale to what you're saying. 99% of the time, it's because of the example that I gave with Justin Bieber knocking it out of the park, in this example that I'm giving, by sitting on the staircase and singing those songs with no reward expected, while others did not do that. Same with Tom Cruise, Denzel Washington, Leo DiCaprio, Kate Winslet, Britney Spears, they did things that are different from the perspective of Tom Cruise's case, watches one movie every day for 30 years. Leo DiCaprio went to 2,000 auditions. It's not a happenstance success. Obviously, they have the talent, but so do you. If you are sort of thinking, why maybe I'm not that successful kind of a feeling, right? Think about it. And I'm saying this in an encouraging way. I want you to succeed. But I want you to succeed in the right way. If you're a Christian, I want you to succeed in a way that is right and correct in the eyes of Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. And so that's the point I'm trying to make. And again, Denzel Washington as well, very, very hard-working individual. All these artists that I just mentioned, and I can go on and on into different industries like Seinfeld and Matt Rife and so many incredible artists. There's a story about Matt Rife as well, which is fantastic. And I don't know if it's true or not. I think it's true. I saw it in a documentary that I think had his interview where Matt Rife was not getting a lot of success, and he did this one show after having put in 10 years, 5 years, whatever it is of effort, and he sort of, the meteoric rise happened, right? And it's not a meteoric rise. Ask Matt Rife that question. I guarantee you. I've not met Matt Rife, but I'm just saying, and I'm not speaking on his behalf, but the point I'm trying to make is meteoric rise is fine from the perspective of the outside world. The inside world, meaning in this case, in this example, Matt Rife went to stand-up comedy shows for 10 years, 5 years before he became a worldwide star. Or not, it's not about being a star, but a success story. And so the point, again, I'm just trying to drive home the point. People are saying, why is he saying this again and again? It's because I have realized that there is a differentiator from the perspective of the path that the people who succeed follow and the path that the people who might not see that level of success that they want, the path they follow. There is a difference. In 99% of the cases, 99% of the occasions, there is a difference. And so that is the point I'm trying to make. Give the artists the credit that they deserve. I am a strong believer in that. They did not reach their pinnacle of success, or I don't know if that's the right phrase, but like the level of success that they are at because of happenstance in 99.9% of the occasions. And so anyways, the point I'm trying to make is I decided to sing that song, As Long As You Love Me, from Justin Bieber and Big Sean. The rap part, I think, has come off decent. I think it's actually pretty good, but maybe it's because I'm a little bit conscious of the fact that I've never done a rap song and I don't know what it's going to be, but I think it's come out pretty well. I haven't heard the mastered version of it. I'm going to listen to it right after recording this monologue, but I think it's pretty good. We'll see what happens. And the Justin Bieber vocal part was relatively easy for me, but because, that's not a rap song and it's a genre of music that is closer to the genre of music that I usually listen to, right? Or that I usually sing and usually cover as well. So I think it's come out pretty well. That's the 4th song that I've recorded, and I think the 5th song that I'm probably going to record now is maybe the song from the incredible, fantastic, beautiful, wonderful Taylor Swift, which I think will be the last song in this particular music album, or I might record a Bryan Adams song, which I want to record in this music album as well. And I think the name of that song is Let's Make a Night to Remember, which is a fantastic song as well from Bryan Adams. And I think that one of these 2 songs will be the next song, the 5th song that I'll record. And I think I'll complete recording this entire music album in probably the next 48 hours. And I wanted to record this music album in one take as well, but because I'm recording it in my apartment, I want to make sure that the neighbors are, not getting affected by the singing and things like that. So there are certain time periods when I'm not going to be singing my music. And so I'll probably record this particular 2nd album that's going to be released in about 4 weeks from today. Probably record this completely in the next 48 hours. And I want to thank my friend Arthur for playing beautiful piano. I want to thank my friend Steve for hopefully agreeing to play some fantastic electric guitar and acoustic guitar for some of my songs in the 1st album and in the 2nd album as well. I think he's going to play fantastic electric guitar and fantastic acoustic guitar as well, perhaps, for my song Here Without You from the incredible music sensation band three doors down. And finally, I said I'm going to end it with the best. And obviously, Steve and Arthur are the best, but I'm going to end it with the complete, total, 100% best of all time. I'm going to talk about Elvis Presley, all right? And as you know, I am fantastically inspired by the one and only king of music and the American music legend, Elvis Presley. And Elvis Presley is eternal. And I'm going to say a few things about Elvis Presley, all right? As you know, I have visited Graceland recently. I know a lot of people at Graceland. Graceland, obviously, the home of Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley's home is Graceland, and I know a lot of people there, or a few people there at least. Michael's a very good friend of mine, and a few other people, and I have some meetings coming up there with the Elvis Presley team, the team at Graceland, the human resources team and the marketing team, to talk about a lot of different things, like obviously Elvis Presley and his fantastic, beautiful music, and also their record label. I think it's called the Elvis Music Incorporation, or Elvis Music Live, or Elvis Music Live Incorporation. And we'll also be talking about their incredible event that will be happening very soon at Graceland, at their world famous sound stage. And that will be hopefully they will give me the honor and opportunity to sing there. And it's a world famous event. It's at Graceland. Millions of people visit Graceland, obviously Elvis Presley's home, and I might get to sing there a music concert, and hopefully that will happen. I think it'll be fantastic. It's about thousands of people attend those music concerts, and a fantastic, beautiful moment if I get to sing there. But I have those meetings coming up with their team probably in the next couple of weeks. We'll see what happens. But the point I'm trying to make is this. I'm going to share a couple of stories with you, all right? You guys ready? So let me say this. There's this fantastic video on the internet. It's an Elvis Presley video. And I'm going to describe the video for you in very, very simple detail. The entire video is about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And the entire video is, of those 2 minutes and 15 seconds, 2 minutes and 10 seconds is just Elvis Presley clapping to the music. That's it. That's the entire music video. It's Elvis Presley at the center of a place. There are about 50, 60 people around him. And the only thing Elvis is doing in that video is this. I'm going to do it, right? He's doing it standing up, but it's basically this. That's it. That's the entire 2 minutes and 15 seconds, or 2 minutes 10 seconds out of the 2 minute 15 seconds. In the remaining 5 seconds, he breaks out into some fantastic, like, sensational dance move. But the point I'm trying to make is, that is, in my opinion, one of the most gravitating, magnetic videos that I've seen of Elvis Presley. And it is sensational. I mean, I said to myself, why is that? Why is it that when Elvis Presley does that video, it becomes magnetic? There's some sort of a fantastic effect that the video has from the perspective of the impression and the emotional effect that video leaves on the heart and mind of the listener and the viewer of that video. And, because there's 50, 60 people doing the exact same thing in that video that Elvis is doing. And if you put any one of them at the center of the video, because you might say, well, Elvis is at the center of the video, that's why it's a fantastic video. That is the truth. But I'm saying, if you put any of those other 50, 60 people in the center of the video, it's not going to have that magnetic effect. And I say that with a lot of respect to everyone who is on that video. You put anyone on that video other than Elvis Presley, it is not going to have that effect. And I said, okay, why do you think that is, Gary? And I sort of started thinking about it, because I watched that video like 2 or 3 times consecutive, right? I think it was 2 times consecutive, or maybe 3 times consecutive I watched that video. And I sort of started thinking, okay, well, it's the X factor, right? People say some people have the X factor, some people do not have the X factor. I've heard some incredible, fantastic people like Simon Cowell say that on actually the show called X Factor. In this case, when I say X Factor, I'm talking about that X Factor effect that a person has, right? Not the show X Factor, which obviously is a fantastic show as well. So is incredible American Idol that I've watched so many times. Ryan Seacrest is on that show as well, and he says, this is American Idol, and it's a fantastic show, but the point I'm trying to make is I was trying to, what's the phrase, put a finger on what that X factor is for Elvis Presley. And I said to myself, okay, it's his magnetic personality, it's just his screen presence, it's the way he moves, it's the way he dances, it's the way his body resonates and his smile resonates with the rhythm of the music. That is X factor, right? And I said to myself, well, I mean, that's partially true. I think that's true, but that still is keeping it generic. And the real answer is, I'm going to say it in a slightly interesting way. Hopefully the people will understand. In my opinion, people who have a pure heart are people who happen to or who resonate with other people in a harmonic, beautiful way. I believe that. I genuinely believe that. People with a pure heart have that X factor effect. And I don't know if anyone said that before. I believe that. But also the other reason I said, especially about Elvis Presley, right? Look, I'm a Christian. I respect all religions. I want to say that very strongly. I, Gary Barve, respect all religions, but I am Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. I believe the Bible is the Word of God. And I feel that Jesus Christ blesses and continues to bless Elvis Presley in a incredible, profound, fantastic way. And that blessing from Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior gives Elvis Presley that euphoric magnetic effect. And that euphoric magnetic effect is because of his pure heart combined with the blessing from Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior that he has received, that he still receives and continues to receive going forward. And that is my definition of the X factor. I will end it by saying this. X factor is something that you feel when you see it. X factor from the perspective of a particular individual that you see on screen, that you meet in person. X factor is a feeling that you get when you see a particular person. X factor is a thought and a belief that you get when you see a particular person or you meet a particular person. X factor is a resonance that you get when someone with a pure heart interacts with you. X factor is a feeling that you get when you just believe that the person interacting with you in front of you has that X factor, but there is that mystery associated with why that person has the X factor. And like I said, a little bit of mystery is not a bad thing, right? So you just know it when you see it, you feel it when you see it, you believe it when you see it, you believe it when you feel it. That is the X factor. And whatever it is that you're thinking right now, I always wanted to say this, whatever it is that you're thinking right now is 100% the truth. I'll end it by saying this, Can't Help Falling in Love is a Christian song in my opinion. It is also a romantic song, a pop song, a love song, and really a beautiful song. And Elvis Presley is eternal. I don't know, how should I end it? How do you think I should end this monologue? I'll end it with a fun story here, a fun thing, all right? This is the microphone that I'm singing my second music album on. It's the WA, it's the Warm Audio, I think it's called the 87 JR. And I said to myself, should I be singing this particular album with this microphone? And the answer is yes, because I am singing this. I've already sung 4 songs with it. I said, do I want to do this monologue holding this microphone as well with this incredible microphone? And I said to myself, I don't want to do that. And one of the reasons is I want to just do the entire singing with this particular microphone, and then maybe after the entire album is recorded, I will do some interviews or podcast interviews or something like that with this microphone. The other reason is this: I just did not want to record this monologue with this microphone. I don't know if that was funny or not, but I think you get the picture. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a fantastic evening ahead. Thank you.